15 degrees, you can see your breath. Out here in the lake effect, breaking tables like it's poetry. Where else would you rather be? Pinto Ron, Elvis, and the lay poncho. The members that you need to know. 'Cause once you out here now, your family. Where else would you rather be? Where else would you rather be?
Welcome into the Nickel City Crew. I am your host, Rob Crippen. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Nickel City Crew. This episode, along with all of our episodes, are presented by Crippen Legacy Entertainment here on Spreaker and StreamYard. We're so glad that you're joining us for some of your Buffalo Bills and NFL content again today. And as always, these are my Bills thoughts said out loud.
It's a vibe so ridiculous. Since 12 plus 83 was 6. The shout rocking like a symphony. Where else would you rather be?
All right, let's get straight to it. Really excited for tonight's episode. It's funny because we were doing our preview for last week and we were giving our predictions and how we saw things playing out, and things never just seem to go the way that you think they're going to go. It's funny because I've got a little case of déjà vu, and I'm going to get into it tonight. Joining me tonight to help me go through it, my co-host, Riding Shotgun, Adam Dumptruck Rupsick. Check him out on Instagram and Twitter at Adam Rupsick, RUPCZYK. Holla at the crew, DT. We got a few things to dig into tonight. We got a few
Nickel
things.
City. What's up? What's up, Nickel City? What's up, Rob? Happy Thursday. We're back at it, second week in a row. I'm off location from the batch pad, and as we start the October of full schedule. So happy to be here. Glad we can make it work out. As you see, this nice little upgrade from the batch pad. A little days. We got the stainless steel in this motherfucker now. So happy to be here, Nickel City. Rob, what's up, baby? Let's get into it.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. I'm happy to have you as always. Now, it's funny because you already know me, DT. I like to cross-pollinate. I like to spread the mafia around. I like to, we got the deal now with I-86 After Dark. And I've been following this cat on Twitter. That's my second home now. I love that place and love his takes. And he's, followed me, shouted me out a couple times and different things like that. We've gone back and forth. And I was like, you know what? I got to have you on because I love different perspectives. I love to hear different views from the mafia. Listen, joining us tonight, the co-founder of Buffalo Fanatics. He is the host of the Rico Report. My boy Rico, check him out. Rico_BF. That's for Buffalo Fanatics _ Holla at the crew, Rico.
What's going on, fellas? Click, clack. We here, man. What's happening? What's good?
man, I'm really happy to have you on tonight, and
No
I appreciate your time for sure. Listen, let's just jump right into it because there's no time like the present. Do we have an everybody eats problem? I can explain it. So here's where I'm coming from, and I want you guys to touch on this. Listen, I look at the stat sheet. I see the game. Bills fall, as you all know. Bills Mafia, Nickel City Crew, 23-20 to the rival Patriots at home on Sunday Night Football in the whiteout. And I was like, Dalton Kincaid was doing his thing. Then all of a sudden I hear from Joe Marino and from other guys on GR. Looks like Joe Brady went away from 86 right when it was time for him to start really eating. And I'm wondering, DT, and I'm wondering, Rico, I'm like, what is going on with this everybody eats? Is this a philosophy where Joe Brady is using this as an end-all be-all principle where he is not even willing to deviate from it because he doesn't want anybody to get too many targets? Rico, our guest tonight, touch on it a little bit because I'll tell you why I named the episode the way that I did with Déjà Vu in a moment. But how did you feel watching that game on Sunday night? Because for me, I don't know. I got a few questions I want to raise my hand for.
Listen, I've shared my viewpoint on this, and I'm gonna share it again. And I'm digging deep into this because there's a few points. And there's one I'm gonna share tonight that I haven't actually shared. It comes to me, right? Mm-hmm. So this everybody eats mantra that that we've been forced to accept. Right.
That's right.
The quarterback's talking about it. The OC's talking about it. So it must be good. So we'll eat it up as Bills fans, right? Everybody's eating. So here's the thought process I haven't quite put out just yet, right? Think about it. Before Joe Brady came through, Josh Allen was known to, turn the ball over here and there. My thought process is Joe Brady came in and said, "Hey, we got to cut out these interceptions.
Okay.
If you're going to be successful, you got to trust me." This is when Joe Brady came in. This is what I'm putting out there. I'm spitballing here. This is what I believe.
got you.
I'm not getting into my whole everybody eats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh, do you want success? Yes. Do you want to cut these turnovers out? Yes. Well, here's the deal. Do it my way. I know Stephon Diggs is over there. I know that's your homeboy. I know he's been putting up numbers, but you're also turning the ball over. And at this point of this juncture that I'm taking over, where the record right now ain't too cute. So my job is to make sure that I can steer this ship in the right direction. So what does Josh do? Josh trusts Joe Brady. And it worked out because we started stacking wins. Then
made the playoffs.
Following year, follow the same thing. And then Josh Allen all of a sudden isn't turning the ball over again because this everybody eats thing is working. Oh, by the way, guess what? You got yourself an MVP. Trust my way.
Okay.
How do you not trust his way? Fast forward to this year. This whole everybody eats thing now is getting it's getting played out at this point now because we don't have the A1 weapons. But Rico, how could you talk about that? He just got an MVP last year. But when push came to shove for us to get over there and Josh needed to pick someone to really go at in the AFC Championship game, there was
didn't have anybody.
His hands. And he failed. We couldn't say the defense didn't. The ball was in Josh's hands, and it goes that way. So everybody eats. Not everybody's going to have the same portion.
That's right.
Find the guy that's supposed to be the feature and feature him. So Kincaid, you can still go with your everybody eats, but there's going to be someone that has the biggest portion.
He was cooking. He was cooking Sunday night.
Listen, Kincaid was doing well. You found something that worked. They weren't stopping it. That was their weakness. And then coach called him out. You got too cute. You had something. You had
stealing
something.
My notes.
And you
deviated.
You deviated. You're feeling yourself a little bit. At least that's how I feel about it. So now you're at a situation where you're like, you got a second round draft pick in Keon Coleman. You got a big time contract to Khalil Shakir in the middle of the defense. You got a first round draft pick in Kincaid. You just brought in a $10 million receiver in Palmer. Then figure it out. Because what's happening now is these guys are sitting here with 3 receptions, 4 receptions, and there's really no flow of the game. But trust me, you're not going to turn the ball over. Well, you know what? Josh is now hearing the noise. I'm sure he is. Well, we can't go deep. You're only taking what the defense gives you. And here we are. We got 2 back-to-back games of turnovers, right? He's getting away from the everybody eats or the take what the defense gives you. I'm sure Josh is like, yo, let me just kind of air it out a little bit. Now we've found ourselves with penalties. We're finding ourselves turning the ball over. So now all eyes are going to be on Josh and Joe Brady on what they do this upcoming game. So everybody eats. Not everybody's going to have the same portion. It might be Kincaid. Stick to it. Don't get cute. Don't do an end around reverse. Don't be flea flickering. You have an opportunity to run the ball behind a great O-line, and you decided to, option, and then Josh keeps it, and then boom, we're cooked, right? We had an opportunity to give the ball up. Just run the ball behind a great O-line and do what we do best. We got too cute, and coach called Joe Brady out. So now all eyes are going to be on this offense up against Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix, and Drake London. We'll see how that plays out on the road. So we're going to see how that plays out. So this everybody eats thing, I'm out. I'm absolutely out on it. Find your guy. If it's Khalil, feed him because he's getting paid a lot of money, not for 6 receptions, for 60 yards. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the brunt of the work is him, contact after bounce and him scoring for a touchdown. So I get passionate about this where I'm sitting here. I'm like, listen, man, I know a lot of people talking about, yo, man, we're 4-1, man. Chill out. You're overreacting. Am I? Wait till you get another game where you're kind of asking question going, what's going on? And then you'll start saying, oh, okay, I'm hearing. I'm not in on it. Find your guy, and away we go. Look at the top offenses in the game and tell me that they're doing this everybody eats nonsense. I have a guy, I'm going to feed him. Baker Mayfield is cooking right now, and he don't even have his 2 top guys. Egbuka is nasty with it. And you see them going, everybody eats. Nah, that's my hot hand. I'm going to keep going to him.
DT.
That's my take on it.
DT. Rico is, what is he? Did they clone me? Did they clone me?
Man.
Listen, man.
Talk to me.
DT. you already know that my philosophy on everybody eats. You already know the way that I feel. I feel like I have a kindred spirit here with Rico. DT, when McDermott said too cute at that press conference, my ears perked up like a dog, and I was up out of my seat because we all know that DT, he gives us nothing but coach speak all the time. He's always vanilla. DT, when I heard that, I said, okay, now there might be some dissension among the ranks. Not that everybody's not getting along. They're not always supposed to get along, but that there is a philosophy that is not being followed. And we all know that McDermott wants to run the ball. DT, talk to me about what you took away from that game on Sunday night, because I'll get to mine at the end. But I mean, Rico pretty much stole all my thunder. I mean, DT, how did you see it? How did you feel about that game?
Well, Rico said the turnovers, and let's talk about that for a second. Up
Please.
until Sunday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills won the turnover battle in 26 straight games in the NFL.
Sure did.
In
Record.
the NFL, in the National Football League, and the hardest to do it, where it's unheard of. We probably won't ever see a number like that ever again. Won the turnover battle of 26 games. Yes, the ball's oblong. Yes, turnovers sometimes are luck. But to get that type of consistency, it's part of our MO. It's part of our game plan. It's part of what makes us a top-seeded team each year in and year out. Sunday night was the first game in 26 games we lost that turnover battle.
Right.
We turned the ball over 3 times, once in the red zone, and committed 11 penalties. It's the NFL now. Like, yes, but I need to be devil's advocate tonight, boys.
Talk to me.
Everybody eats. I don't love the idea either, but I don't think it's everybody eats trash. That's why we lost Sunday night. I think we lost the turnover battle for the first time in literally 2 years in consecutive games and committed 11 penalties against an up-and-coming good New England Patriots team. I do believe there's concerns with, people not being able to get open. And yes, other teams in the league have premier all-star receivers, but there's also teams that win the Super Bowl without that. It goes back and forth. At the end of the day, you got to make the stops. You got to get that inch in the AFC Championship game that we have yet to get.
Right.
So it was a tough night, but you turn the ball over 3 times, one in the red zone, and commit 11 penalties. You
only lost
lose by 3. You have the lead in the fourth quarter in this game. So you need the A1. Dalton Kincaid had the A1 type of game going, and we went away from him. And so I think it was more of execution on Sunday than an everybody eats fail. Who was our A1? Not counting week 1. Obviously, Josh went on. That was a wild game. You can't really classify, right? But weeks 2, 3, and 4, who was our A1 in everyone eats in the offense? Who's our A1 in weeks 2, 3, and 4?
James Cook.
Why does everyone eats directly result into the passing game? It's a whole offensive mentality. The A1 was James Cook weeks 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Kincaid comes in and has a game, and we kind of got too cute, got away from him. The mentality has changed. I think the longevity of Josh, the longevity of an NFL season, turn the ball over less, be a little more conservative, especially when we have a kind of a cupcake schedule rolling through the first part of the year, and you don't want to dip into your bag all the way. This is the way they've decided to do it. A little bit, win games. And it bit them in the ass. It bit them in the ass on Sunday with a team that was ready to go. And you can't, back in Josh's early days, you commit the turnover, the next series out, he's probably gutting one 80 yards down the sideline, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Records were a little sporadic back then. The philosophy has changed, but I think it's changed for the better. So there has to be I'm not all in on everybody eats, I think the game plan and strategy is this longevity, turn the ball over less, and chill. And that's kind of what we ran into, but turning the ball over, we did it, and then we weren't able to rebound because of maybe we were a little locked into the everybody eats. So I agree with you there, but I don't think it was directly a correlation Sunday. I think we just fucked up. And you gotta be out there and handle that as an NFL team and the MVP of the league. He kind of tried to put the cape on a little bit, and it just credit to the Patriots. It was a tough game. So I got to be a little bit of devil's advocate. I think it's a full philosophy change.
Okay.
But we turned the ball over 3 times.
Agree. I don't want us to always agree. Listen, here's what I want to say. Okay. This is why I named the episode the way that I did, because of the fact that I remember last year, and I got into an argument with my boy Whittle on Twitter just the other night after the game. Listen, because he calls me a hater every time the Bills lose. Listen, last year, those 2 games, right? We've got Baltimore beat down. Then we lose in Houston on a game where Josh plays probably his worst game as a pro. Maybe one game in his rookie year against Green Bay or something like that was worse, but that was probably
not
Josh.
9 for 31.
Probably his worst game. Okay, so what did we say as Bills Mafia after that game? Everybody was in unison that's saying Brandon Beane has got to do something because guess what? These receivers are not getting open for Josh Allen. Now, Brandon Beane realizes it. He agrees with Bills Mafia, with the great portion of Bills Mafia that felt that way, and he goes out and gets Amari Cooper. Now, even though Cooper had a flash when he came in, and then he was kind of quiet, he had the injury, all that other stuff, Brandon Beane was the first one to tell you at the end of the year press conference that we scored 7 more points per game with Amari Cooper on the Buffalo Bills than prior. So here's what
team history.
Oh, and he wanted to tell you that, and he wanted to cuss out Jeremy and Joe on WGR. Got it. I hear you. Now, I feel like this is deja vu because on Sunday night, Christian Gonzalez and the other corner, Marcus Jones, I don't care about penalties. You already know that I don't have time for that shit on at Nickel City Crew. You want to go bitch about penalties, you can go do that somewhere else. We did not get open. Keon Coleman, what they say about him coming out of the draft, he's good, he's big, he's got spectacular catch ability, has a really tough time separating. On the other outside, Palmer's supposed to be that guy coming from the Chargers. Man, he's not really gaining that separation like we want on the outside. The game was tailor-made for somebody like a Dalton Kincaid to take advantage, and then they went away from it. Listen, everybody wants to tell me that it was because the corners were so good. I don't want to hear that shit. I feel like there's deja vu, Rico, because, man, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, next year, same thing. Record is 1 game off. They were 3-2. Now we're 4-1. I still feel almost the same. We're like, man, can we go get Josh a dog? Y'all saw me out there on my Instagram this week. Shout out to Olivia posting those little shorts. Bill's Thoughts Said Out Loud. Can we get this man a dog? We saw how Stephon Diggs back healthy and he's tearing us up and serving us lunch in front of our home fans. Can we get this man a dog? What is this? That's why I call Everybody Eats Poison. It has convinced a portion of Bills Mafia that Josh doesn't need help, and that is the dumbest argument I've ever heard.
Yep.
Rico, you with me? I think you're muted or I can't hear you.
No, I was muted for a minute. I coughed and I forgot to put myself out. Here's the deal. I'm with you
over this shit, man.
but I'm not. I'm with you, but I'm not, because I truly do believe we do have the talent. I think we do have the talent on the team. This is a Brady and Josh issue. You're the one scheming and calling the plays. I'm the one executing. Okay. Josh is the one on the field that's got to execute and see what he needs to do, but he's also following the game plan. So I'm leaving it up to my OC. I'm looking at the OC for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't see them having any problems going deep. I don't see any problems them having to be able to move the football. Their offense is solid, and they're missing guys, right? Find your hard head and do with it. Josh, I feel as if because he's had success, he doesn't want to turn the ball over. He's just taking what the defense gives him. But here's what I said the other day. One of the guys on this team has to step up, because I feel that they're very content, and they've also eaten up this everybody eats. So they're in this. When it's my turn, it's my turn. So I'll just run in the words of my man Carl Jones, whiteboard. I'll just run the whiteboard. I'll run my skinny post like I said.
Brady routes.
I'll run my slant. I'll just do what I'm supposed to do. And if it's my day, it's my day. But where's the guy that says, yeah, this is great, but I want more?
Give me the ball.
You and we need to talk. Hey, Josh, can we have a conversation? Can we talk? Because I know that you're trying to get everybody heated and you're trying to get everybody involved in this game, but I need to see. Look at me, man. Look at me. Can we have a conversation?
I'm cooking right now.
Give
me the ball.
Now, I'm to the point where I'm like, listen, man. I'm to the point where Josh Palmer, either Khalil Shakir, either it's Keon Coleman, the one that we drafted in our first pick, second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Please, one of you guys has to elevate your game so you separate yourselves. Let me tell you something. I had such a fantastic feeling. It was bittersweet watching Stephon Diggs really come out and all this stuff and just getting himself hyped, because that permeates, that spreads in the receiver room, that spreads among the offense. Who's that guy other than Josh Allen? James Cook don't say a peep. He don't talk. Keon Coleman, he's late for practice. He ain't ready yet. Khalil Shakir is just a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? And Dalton Kincaid he's still fine. Where's that dog?
Where's the dog?
Where's that dog? But here's the deal. sometimes you got to bring the dog out of one of your guys. So
Sure.
listen, somebody has to step up, but Josh has to be the one to say, okay, one of y'all step up for me, man. I need that. I need one of y'all to step up for me. And if you do, guess what? I will notice it and you will get the football. And then everybody else can be like, yo, I want some of that too. And then it just rises. But everybody's it just feels because we have eyes. DT, you got eyes. Rob, you got eyes. We're watching it. And you're like, yo, where's that dog, man?
Yeah.
We getting a lot of whimpers. I need a bark. I need something to show me something, man. So that's why this game coming up is crucial, because if you want to call this, if you want to call any game a trap game, this is the trap game. This one right here is a trap game, because Atlanta's not a slouch, but they're not elite either. But if you don't stop that run, and I'm not even going to talk about the defense, but you're going to have to come out and be polished, because right now the last 2 games, let's keep it a buck, the last 2 games we haven't been polished. We haven't been as looking good. Although we put up 30 points. I get that part. You know what I'm saying?
Sloppy.
We haven't been as polished. And Josh will tell you, he said it. God, we didn't play well. He knows what's up. So, like, for those that are, well, you guys shouldn't be talking negatively about the team, bro. He said it himself. You did not play well.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck, everybody. So, we will see how this all plays out. But in terms of like this, and I'm with you, DT. You said like it's a culmination of a whole lot of things. It's not just as everybody eats. There's you know what I mean, the turnovers, and I get it because that killed us. The turnover by Josh, the interception, that was a tough one, right in the red zone. Boom, you got to get that up.
Yeah, double
Keon
coverage.
Coleman gives it up in our own end. Not good. So those things do help. But once we get into a rhythm, that's where our OC comes in. Get us into a rhythm. Then Josh starts seeing things, and we go from there. Like Kincaid, I'll tell you right now, you said games 2, 3, 4, and 5. You said it earlier, and this is not me looking at my notes, but I remember there was one point where the tight ends were getting more targets than the receivers were. Now, I'm sure that was scripted, and that was part of it because of the matchup. But there was a point where like both Dawson and Kincaid were getting outshined by or out-targeted by, like they were getting more targets than the receivers. I'm like,
receivers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now it makes you kind of say, come on, Brady, I see what you're doing, man. Come on. I get it. But like get the ball to the guys that move the sticks. That's the way I look at it.
DT, am I right with my deja vu? I feel like this is last year all over again.
They're in 11 personnel all the time as well. And that was a problem Sunday. So, yes, the tight ends get more targets, and that was a problem Sunday. That's how the Patriots ate defensively in that 11 personnel. Every time we were out of that, when we passed the ball, we got significantly positive yards. So,
out of 12.
I'm with that. Talking about that dog. Like, we've talked about this for a few years now, and the miseducation of Stephon Diggs. We did a whole sequence in the spring. The miseducation of Stephon Diggs, of like, he's not a diva. The dude just saying running it back isn't good enough.
That's right.
I'm out here, and running it back is not good enough. We are good enough to win the Super Bowl, and this mediocrity is not okay. And that's what he was screaming for and was misrepresented with. And then so we transitioned to, okay, what's needed? Josh Allen becoming the young kid phenom to elite quarterback in the NFL, to a leader of men, to a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning. You don't run this hitch route, I'm chewing your ass out on the bench in this. Like, this is, you don't F up on this team. And the standard is high. And yes, Josh is happy and go lucky and, has that mentality, but there has to be a click. And I thought that's his next step to getting that rank, to being elite. He needs to take that step. So if we don't have that receiver one in the building, I agree. We got to pull it out of somebody, because mediocre is not okay. We need some bite in this team, because a bite is what gets us that inch in the NFC Championship game.
That's what he brought. And everybody wanted to kick him out of town.
But Josh Allen, I think, is capable of that. He is working into that. He's getting better and better every year, progressing in talent and leadership. Now he's got to kick it up a notch and kind of be the asshole, kind of be the dick. Like, I can't mess up in front of 17. I cannot mess up in front of 17. And it has to be like that a little bit. Mm-hmm. I've earned the right to chew your ass out. I'm the best Bill ever. There won't be a better Bill. 17, the best Bill ever. I earn the right to say whatever I want, and I'm going to hold myself accountable. So y'all need to start. And that's what I hope starts progressing into. And then that person is on our team, and that dog can come out of somebody. But if that's not the case, what do? Do we go get somebody? Sure, we can trade, but you're going to trade for at this point number one receiver that was good 3-4 years ago. We bring him in as a namesake.
Unless it's Olave or something like that, it's going to be hard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got drafting 100 defensive players every year. One guy, maybe two guys this year on the defensive ball we're seeing plays from. Some guys aren't even getting jerseys, and if they do, and I'm not on them, it takes a while to get adjusted. All right, not everybody was going to be a star out of this draft class, but 7 defensive picks. You got a Mecca Ibuka going 5 picks before the Bills. Like and these Justin Jefferson, these dudes are coming out at 18, 19, 20, 22 every year. Move up and go get that guy then, because it's going to be tough to come for a trade for an old guy. And if you can't have Josh pull it out of somebody we already got, you got to go get that dude at 18, 19, 20, the Ibuka, the Justin Jeffersons. Obviously easier said than done, but I'm kind of with it on all 3 phases. I need Josh to be the dog. I need him to hold the team accountable to be the dog. And so whoever is on that offense that might have it in them, bring it out. If that's not possible, we have to take steps forward.
Let me ask you a question. How do you guys feel about Josh's ability to throwing the ball downfield? And I'm talking about deep throws, 30 plus.
He hasn't been good at him recently the last couple of years. It's been weird. He's actually regressed from early in his career.
Well, because he doesn't throw him as much as well. But
he doesn't throw him as much. That's true.
And listen, let's keep it a buck. Since he started, the deep ball hasn't been his best attribute, which is crazy because he's got the big arm and all that stuff. He's had to improve his mechanics in order to get more accurate. So that way, his intermediate game, A1, right? Because he's had to work on that. Now we just haven't had. I mean, have we? I can't say have we. Who's been our speed guy?
We don't. Bean won't go grab one. Bean won't go grab one.
Have we had one yet? Have we had one?
I mean, Robert Foster when he first fucking started. I mean, that's like 2018.
You tried with Isaiah McKenzie. Curtis Samuel. You tried, and these
guys are gadget slot guys, so not necessarily. But I mean, at the same time, I mean,
Elijah Moore.
The offense.
They could have had Worthy, and they wanted Keon.
Listen, and that's what I'm saying. So, but hear me out, because we have a former second round draft pick on the team right now, Elijah Moore, that ran a 4.3. So 4.3, 4.4-ish. So like we're tinkering with him in this gadget role slot. Like why are we not stretching the field? Like what's taking place? You can't tell me we don't have the line. We definitely have the line. You can't tell me we don't have the running back. We definitely have the running back. So like DT was saying, Josh has got to pull these boys, SAA, pull them by the bootstrap and be the a-hole. I said this 2 years ago. It's funny that you're mentioning now. When is the day where he's going to grab a guy from his collar and say, hey, man, I need you? You know what I'm saying?
He's built like that, guys. I don't think he's built like that.
That's what my man said. He's not built like that. Well, sometimes you got to get out of character sometimes.
That's why I think Stephon Diggs was so important, because he didn't have to do all that.
Because Stephon did it for him.
Yes.
He did it with his play. He did it with his talk.
I don't know if he's a, what do they call him, DT? A golden retriever. I don't necessarily need my quarterback to be. Now, yes, I love that he's a team guy. Love that he's got handshakes with everybody. Love that he's a jovial guy, cracks jokes and stuff. I need a little bit of Aaron Rodgers. I need a little bit, just like DT said, some Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning wasn't always the best. Tom Brady. Those receivers didn't always like him, but he pulled great. I don't think he's built like that, man. I really don't, man. Tonight's episode, as we begin to transition, is presented by actually, we've got a couple sponsors now. We've got I-86 After Dark. That network, please check them out. We are now simulcasting on there. And then also, tonight's episode is presented by Taste of Buffalo Pizzeria down here in Charlotte, Huntersville, where I am. Listen, DT gets all the best food. He's back. He's in Western New York. He gets all the great food. Listen, if you are down here in Charlotte like I am, and you miss the Western New York food like you're used to, head on over to see my girl Jen Batackley and her crew at Taste of Buffalo Pizzeria here in Huntersville. All of the pizza's authentic. They're right from Depew. They know how to do it right. The sauce is right. The wings are right. They got it right for you. Stinger subs. Anything that you are missing from back home, they got it for you down here at Taste of Buffalo Pizzeria. Listen, fellas, we will quickly transition. Defensive side of the ball, I am so sad. He's right behind me on one of my posters. Tre'Davious White was one of my favorite Buffalo Bills of all time. I used to be at the stadium. Then during the timeouts, he dancing, going crazy. I'm like, look at this. This dude is crazy. And bringing it all pro level to back it up with the personality. Sad to say, he's cooked. He's cooked, GT. It's over, Rico. I am really, really, I'm sad. I love Tre'Davious. I love his energy. I love what he brought to the team. Appreciate his all-pro years. It's over, man. He was scared to let Stephon go past him off a busted ACL. I can't imagine when he gets some real fat. I mean, Waddle was cooking him, but Waddle was running intermediate routes. He was deathly scared to get burned, and that's why you had that long pass down the sideline in the fourth quarter where Drake May looked like Josh Allen. DT, Rico, I'm sad about it. He's cooked, man. It's over, man. Brandon Beane has to go get somebody. He has to. If Mad Max is not going to be ready and they don't want to play Jamarcus or Dane, you got to make a trade for somebody. Even if it's Rasul, you got to make a trade.
I said it 2 weeks ago we need to have Dorian Strong in there to see if he's better than 27. Like that's our option right now. We need and he's on IR. So this Christian Benford didn't look great. He's not going to have a great game every week. Whatever. We paid the guy. He's got to be it. So Christian Benford is Christian Benford. On the other side of that QB2, I agree 100%. I mean, 27 is just a liability at this point, and it's tough to see. I'd like to have some depth so he can come in as more of a defense, a positionless defensive player and make plays, because I think there's still a place for him somewhere, but he's a liability in coverage. Dorian Strong needed to come in to see if he was better. He's on IR, so we need to make a move immediately. I am a little upset that there was no room. It's CJ Gardner-Johnson, whatever, but he's free. And if you tell me he can't tackle better than what we've seen in the open field the past 3 games, you're crazy. So that I think is another big issue defensively. I agree 100%. We need to go get somebody in the defensive backfield, but we got to get back to the fundamentals this week. We're missing extremely too many tackles.
They don't tackle.
Stephon Diggs balled out. He had a good game, but he had 4 missed tackles away from his 150 yards as opposed to 4 catches for 60 yards. It's 10 for 150 because we can't tackle them. So it's tough. We got to make a move because it's a liability. And yes, we do have reinforcements coming back. It will get better. We have the bend don't break mentality that we kind of get by with talent that's not that good sometimes on the defensive side. But I think we're too far gone on the defensive backfield right now. Something's got to give.
Rico, Diggs was serving us like it was 2020. He was serving like he was 2020. He was serving us. I feel so bad because I love Trey. I love Trey White.
Listen, when they announced that Trey was returning to the Bills, I hated it then. I did not like it. I respected it because I was like, okay. At first, I was like, because I was being told, well, he's not coming in to start.
Right.
He ain't going to play. I was like, wait a second.
I heard the same thing.
Back it up. Because I had to explain myself, right? I was like, you don't bring in a guy like Trey White that he's not nameless. He's a name. He's a guy that people know his name. And you bring him back to his former team. And when he was here, he was beloved. My guy over here, he's like, I love Trey White. That was my guy. When he's dancing on the field, Rob Crippen loved him, right? There was a part that I loved him too. But there was near the end of his tenure with the Bills, it wasn't good. Right. It wasn't good then. That's why we were okay with him leaving. Now, unfortunately, you had the 2 injuries that he sustained. Right. You're like, oh, that blows. But he was already at one point not looking good. So then you're bringing him back after a couple stints where it didn't work out from the Rams. And when I asked one of my boys that does content creation for the Ravens, I was like, how did he do? He's like, well, we weren't sure, but near the end, he started playing well, but he wasn't starting. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. With Trey White, he wasn't supposed to be someone that we depended on. Right. Max was supposed to be the guy that was really much penciled in, then was going to be penned in, and then the injuries took place. So then you had no choice but to go to Trey White. But Trey White was having a decent offseason. Fresh legs.
Training camp.
But now he's looking like the Trey White that I saw before he left the first time. So I'm like, oh, is this guy playing off, not tackling well, hesitant, all the things that you don't want.
He looks hesitant.
I'm not to just put it on Trey White. I just can't, because I'm looking at number 47.
Yeah,
47 ain't getting his keep either. Let's give it a buck if we're going to. He's not earning his keep. He got a nice contract. What is like 4 for 76 or something like that? He got a beautiful contract. Yep. He's not playing up to the hype that the money is presenting. Right, $76 million cornerback. That was like on the board, on the edge of being a Pro Bowler, and we're not getting great play by him. We're not getting great play by Trey. It's not, the defense is not playing at their best. If you look at the metrics tell you, I'm sure you guys are on Twitter. You guys see it. 32nd, 27th, 26th,
Mhm.
30th. Like, bro, we're not where we're supposed to be. But like DT said, it's a bend but don't break type of defense. But there's a point where there's some cracks in the bend. You know what I'm saying? And there's gonna be a day where that thing just snaps and then all hell breaks loose. So we're gonna depend on this offense to put up 30 plus points for us to just get the win. When is this defense gonna step up now? I won't poo-poo on them too bad because they didn't have a bad game up
No,
against
no.
their last foe, right? 4 sacks, we had pressures, we had all that stuff. Patriots just wanted it more. They wanted it more. Diggs was cooking us. There was no answers for him. This guy was in the slot. He was on the outside. They weren't tackling him. He was running routes, but
yeah,
he was
they weren't tackling though.
juiced
They
up.
weren't tackling at all.
He was
They
juiced up.
weren't.
He was
He
juiced
was.
up for the game. Yeah, I'm going up against my former team that they felt like I was like. Think about it. How many players were like, he sucks anyway? Every still shot that I saw of him with the ball and the ball bouncing off his shoulder and like, see, that's the guy that we're supposed to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
Get out of here.
he
Man.
heard it all. So
Yeah.
that's why he made that comment. You sure about that? When they're like, oh, Josh Allen's going to be better without him. You sure about that? Anyway, so he had a lot to prove that game. So call it what you want. Diggs was just on something else, but our defense we didn't do well with him. We did not do well with him.
We didn't match his energy.
We certainly did not. We certainly did not. So this defensive backfield. Now, the question is, do we go out and trade for someone? Because they did not open the 21-day window for Max Hairston, you now have a deadline now. Because if you really, the deadline is the trade
deadline's less than a month away, about 3 weeks away.
Absolutely. So I don't know who was saying it, but I overheard someone saying, so by the time that they got to open that window for Max Hairston, the trade deadline and the window for Max Hairston to come back is 2 days apart, right? So 2 days before the trade deadline, you're going to find out if Max is coming back or not. So if you don't think he's coming back, you better start getting on that phone and figuring out who you want to bring to Buffalo. But here's the deal. This was not supposed to happen. Dorian Strong wasn't supposed to be hurt because I think they could have been just fine with keeping Dorian Strong out there. But the fact that he got hurt, now McDermott's like, all right, I got to figure out. Now, I'm in the camp that I do not want them to rush Max Hairston back for nothing. Don't rush him back if you don't need to rush him back. So if you don't need to bring him off the IR and open that 21-day window, don't.
But I agree.
You better have a plan. You better have a plan for that defensive back position. If you know something about Dorian that he might be returning and you're okay, cool. But if it's not, where he has to go see a specialist.
Well, he's got to see the next specialist. That does not sound promising.
It doesn't sound promising. So now you got to be like, okay, because I certainly do not trust the likes of
Dane Jackson
Dane Jackson. I don't have
Jamarcus Ingram. No, you're not fans.
Jamarcus Ingram. Listen, if they feel confident in Jamarcus Ingram, when he has
teasing him during Hard Knocks saying this dude's got to coach himself up.
Listen, that means we're in trouble if we've gone that route. But then every fan has every right to be frustrated with Brandon Beane and saying, okay, I understand the next man up mentality, but we're supposed to be a Super Bowl contending team. So you mean to tell me what you just brought is supposed to get us to the Super Bowl? That's going to help us get there?
That's not going to get it
done. Nah, bro. You ain't going to pass that on us like that. Don't play in our face like that is what they say, right? So we're monitoring. We're going to monitor this. Fans are monitoring. We're much smarter these days, right? The internet is right there. We got all the information that we need. We have people on the inside giving us all this stuff. So we're smart. So we're seeing these things. Back in the day, you had to go through newspaper to make sure, or you had to go on the blog sites and in the chat rooms and try to figure out what the heck's going on. Now everything is to the fingertips. You got Chat GPT telling us, well, you know what I mean, what could take place here. So we're watching you, Brandon Beane. We're seeing what you got planned for this team because when push comes to shove, if we take another L, and I know it's early in the season, but now if you think we're allowed now, and you think Bills fans are nasty now after one loss, woo. You gonna hear them, and Bills fans can be absolutely nasty. So we're paying attention, but Trey White, he's not the answer. He's serviceable, and if he just shows a little bit of confidence, maybe we can get by until Max gets back. But if not, it might be a tough sledding for this defense. It might be.
It already is. DT 58 is her. I mean, it is what do they say in life? The only thing guaranteed is death, taxes, and Matt Milano hurt. What? I mean, what? Yeah. Every year.
Not even half the game. And when he was in, he was playing one-handed. And it can't be relied on anymore. Even
No, man, I'm out, man.
Dorian Williams was out as well
Yeah, I
last
know.
week. That was a sneaky inactive. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen, listen. We'll transition. We'll let it go. It's fine. As we begin to wrap up tonight, before we get to the Nickel City Crew Tailgate Report, and again, thank you to our special guest tonight, Rico. Check him out. Rico, plug your stuff because I know you got to get out of here pretty soon. Plug all of your stuff before we talk about Monday Night Football. Plug all of your stuff.
First of all, much love to you guys for having me on. It's nice to kind of get in there and chat bills with other like-minded folks, right? That see it the same way or don't see it the same way. I love it when people don't see it the same way. So that way we can get into it. That's why you and DT work, man, because DT might see it one way, you might see it another. But I appreciate you guys showing some your boy some love. If you guys have not been able to kind of catch us over at Buffalo Fanatics, go ahead and catch us at Buffalo Fanatics. And my show is the Rico Report. I'm also co-host with my man Zebot with the Rico and Bot Show. And we're on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and then back again on Sundays. So that's how we do our thing. We do our thing, man. We're pretty busy, but listen, man, it's about Bills Mafia at the end of the day. And there's all these other great podcasts that are out there, all these other streamers and content creators. Yo, you guys are doing a great job, man. Good little thing going for you guys, man. And I'm hoping that we can do some work some other time as well.
Yeah, man, I definitely want to have you back on. I know DT feels the same way as well. So we appreciate you tonight. Dip out whenever you got to dip out. Before you leave, tell me about what we expect to see on Monday Night Football. I know you got to bounce, but what do we expect to see? And not what we want to see. What we want to see is the Bills go 16-1. What we
expect to see is listen. I don't think people realize that these Atlanta Falcons are coming off a bye week, so they've had 10 plus days to prepare for these Bills, get healthy, prepare for these Bills. We're going up against one of the better running backs in the league right now in Bijan Robinson.
They watch Sunday night. They have a TV.
Absolutely, they watch Sunday night. You know, this is a copycat league. It's a copycat league, and that defense of theirs is not a slouch defense. They got a good front. They had a great draft, and they're going to push it. Now, the X factor is their quarterback, Michael Penix. Can McDermott's defense confuse him enough to kind of bait him into making errant throws? And that's where we can capitalize in taking the ball over, because that's what we do best. We turn the ball over. We know how to take the ball away. Offensively, I need to see where Josh is in sync with everybody, right? The run game gets cracking again. The passing game opens up, and we start to see somebody kind of distance themselves and make themselves the guy for Josh to trust in, right? And we're going to be paying attention. So what we expect to see is a closer game than expected. I think this is going to be a tight one. We're on the road, prime time yet again. So all eyes are going to be on the offense, on how they bounce back. Putting up 20 points, it's below the standard for us. We're a 30-point plus team. So we're going to see if we can get back on track. So the biggest thing that I'm going to be watching for is Josh and his chemistry with the guys, and see who steps up. Do they continue to feed and seed and water the seed, if I should say, for Kincaid, and go from there. And on the end of the day, man, we just need to bounce back. We need a team that looks like they learned their lesson against the Patriots. We'll take that L, we'll learn from it, and we're going to come back pissed off and bury these guys. But I think it's going to be closer than we anticipate. Okay, I appreciate it. DT, what do you see is happening Monday night, man, before we get to the Nickel City Crew Tailgate Report?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm on record. Multiple sources will say DT has told them before Sunday. Before Sunday night happened. The trap game is the Atlanta Falcons. You know, Bijan Robinson's a dog. They're good on both fronts. You know, we could get coasted, and that was with anticipation of rolling the Patriots in the rivalry uniforms and then going into Monday night and catching a tough one against an NFC opponent. Okay, that's completely out the window now because it has to be. If we want to be critical. If we want to be critical, and WGR sounding like crazy because we lost one game this Sunday. If we want to be critical, it's okay because we think we're a Super Bowl contender. So Super Bowl contenders bounce back, take care of business. Ed Oliver said, "Go get my belt to ass on Sunday with this." I agree. They're talented. I said it was the trap game, but that's out the window now. We hold them to a higher standard. We've talked about increasing our fanhood. We're not just cool with the drought. We're not just cool that we're good. We can hold them accountable, be critical of Sunday. And Rico said it earlier. You think film was fun? You think film was spun on Monday for this team? You think they're like, oh, the fans aren't allowed to talk shit about how bad we played? You'd think it was all cool in that film room on Monday with
No,
3
I don't think
turnovers and
so.
11 penalties?
I don't think
Hell
so.
no.
No.
So this team sees themselves as Super Bowl contenders. We see them as Super Bowl contenders. That's why we've been so critical this week.
Mm-hmm.
Bounce back game, belt to ass. It comes down to 9 versus 17, and you said it there. Get to Penix, make him uncomfortable. He's showing if he gets some time, he can make some plays. But then he goes to right in your backyard, Rob, over in Charlotte, and loses 30-0 and looks completely incompetent because he had some dudes in his face.
Yeah.
So get Ed Oliver back, quit messing around, go into the bye week, back on a roll. We hold them to those standards, they hold them to that standards, and it comes down to 17 versus 9, get in his face, belt to ass, get it done. Even though I did say this was a trap game, not anymore, belt to ass.
I'm with you. Okay, no problem. I like it. I like the way you lay that out. You get me fired up. I'm down with it, man. Listen, as we begin to wrap up tonight,
sick uniform game too. Sick uniform.
Yeah. I got the standing Buffaloes against the red helmets for the Falcons down there. So listen, Nickel City Crew tailgate report is presented by Queen City Vintage. Appreciate you, Rico. Listen, head on over to Queen City Vintage. Our boy Nick's got a great storefront, right there on Elmwood across from 40 Thieves. Check them out. They've got all of the great nostalgic Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Sabres, all the swag, the drip, as the kids say. They've got it all for you. Check them out for sure. And then also check them out on social media. Listen, DT, yours was busier than mine, so you will go last as we begin to wrap up tonight. DT, last week, sports. You already know, man. Every Saturday, it's sports. Quincy, first game with the proper kids, and wouldn't you know it, against kids that are not 9 and 10-year-olds, against 6-year-olds, he's not getting Randy Moss and stuff like that. Our team is called the Bears, and we had a resounding victory. We stumped them. We thumped them. It was a shutout. We scored 28 points. We went for 2 every time. We got it sometimes, didn't get it. So it actually worked out where we had 28 on the board, 28-0 for the Bears, for the I-9 Sports Bears. Listen, had a great time out there. The team it was really fun to coach. I mean, when they're that young, I just love it because everything's positive and they're all trying hard. They're trying to do the best. I got them running routes. Quincy's the quarterback. He's throwing. None of them can catch. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to switch to just a run game. All we're going to do is run. Okay, put your arms like this and let's, run through the ball and hold on to the ball. And then we're running and getting touchdowns all over the place. So it was really cool. A lot of the kids got into the mix, and that's always good for the parents so they can see their kids score some touchdowns. So we stomped them. We thumped them. I was really happy about that. Nate's game, same song, same song, but he played well. Again, his line ain't shit. They're not blocking for him, but he played well. That's control your controllables. Do what you can do. He had great effort on both sides of the ball, and threw a sick pass, and had some bad plays. But I mean, when your line is in your face in 1 second, it's tough. So I just told him on the way home, like, don't worry about it. You do not have any time, so don't kick yourself too hard. So they're entering the playoffs this week. Every team makes the playoffs. We got the top seed. We'll see what happens. So it's Saturday. We'll see what happens. Bobby had his soccer game. They won. So it was really cool, man. We had a good sports weekend here. Sunday was slow motion once again. I mean, it's Sunday night, so it just takes so damn long. Watching the games, enjoying them. Had all the kids, had all the Kings, and we just watched the game. I cooked. Nothing extravagant. I had some smash burgers and some other stuff around. We had a good time. Watched the game. Nate was right with me, my ride or die. Bobby's upstairs, playing his video games, checking in from here and there. And I mean, by the time I texted you, I was frustrated and I was just looking. I'm like, they are getting ready to go up 10. And I just kept, I'm like, they're getting ready to go up 10. They went up 10, and and I just it was just not a good game. And you're right. By the fourth quarter, we had the lead for a half a second. And I was like, okay, maybe we can squeeze it out. But it was like that field goal to death, because as soon as you kick it, they got a chance to go down and win. And then unfortunately they did. So that's how we did it here at the Crippen household, man.
All right. Hey, good. Kudos to all the boys getting out there, getting after it, and good luck on the rest of their seasons. Are they still gonna be going in anything when I'm down there?
Well, flag football. Yes, Uncle DT can come to flag football Saturday morning.
Let's go.
For sure.
Okay.
Yes, you can come to flag football. Football, I'm pretty sure Nate's team will be. I mean, I think they're gonna get waxed.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
You gotta play the game.
But we got a flag. We got Quincy's flag. Okay. All right.
Quincy's got flag football. He'll still
Nice.
be going on when you get down here.
Okay. All right. We'll have to take a shot. But nice. Great weekend then. Good shout out to all the boys. All right, good. Yeah, Queen City Vintage Tailgate Report. Biggest one of the year, Rob. Biggest one of the year. What a weekend. The wedding of friends of our show, my best friends, Kai and Paige, tied the knot this last weekend, and it was perfect. Other than the Bills losing on Sunday, it was perfect, man. What a beautiful weekend. Shout out to everybody involved. Top notch all the way around. The weather was perfect. The leaves have just changed. We're up on a mountainside. Rob, love at its best. Couldn't be happier for the two. They deserve it. Wedding was great. Everyone had a great time. Really was a good venue and time. Sunday for the game, we had a condo up. It's a ski resort where the wedding was, right? So obviously nobody's skiing there. They do a bunch of fall stuff. We had a condo up on top of the ski hill. Okay. We stayed at the condo through Sunday. We didn't want to leave early for game day. Paige and Kai, the newlyweds, big Vikings fans, right? They played 9:30 a.m., 9:30 against the Browns in London. So they're like, we're not trying to, after the wedding, haul ass out of here, and have to go find somewhere to watch the game. So we just kept the condo an extra day. All right. So Sunday game day, everyone kind of wakes up. Wedding, we had a good time, Rob. We were up a little late. A little late, maybe a little, into the AM hours. And everyone kind of drags out of bed, gets into the Vikings game, and then midday, everyone's kind of dying, right? It's trying to, but everyone's got to get to 8:30. Everyone knows it, but it seems like a long way away. So we're like, okay, let's go down to the pool, hot tub, everything. They got one down in the main lodge. So we take all our pool passes, whole squad goes down there. We, hot tub closed. Can't get in the hot tub. Somebody, the lifeguard says somebody has an accident in there. Okay. So no hot tub, whatever. Everyone's getting in the pool. I'm like, I need some sauna. I need to sweat it out, get ready for game day, get myself right. I'm the ringleader of this Bills group. There's a ton of Bills fans left at this condo. I got to be the one. I was the best man in the wedding. I got to be the one to lead this charge tonight at 8:30, right? Patriots, rivalry uniforms, we got to get lit. Right. So I hit the sauna 20, 25, 30 minutes, crank that thing to the highest. Crank it. Felt good. Just sat there and got it. I popped that door open, roll out of the sauna, steam rolling off me, waxed. Just waxed. Steam rolling off, DT. Feels so good. Went right from sauna into the pool. It was all indoor. It was the best feeling in the world. Come up out of the water like a majestic fish.
A mermaid.
Look over everybody on the side of the pool, pretty much all our friends. There wasn't a lot of people in there, just the whole condo came down. Everyone on the side of the pool, everyone's face wide-eyed, looking at me.
What?
Looking, like something's wrong. I was like, did I just jump in on a kid? Like what happened? Next thing you know, I hear the whistle, the lifeguard whistle. Turd in the other side of the pool, Rob. A turd in the other corner of the pool. So it was in the hot tub. They shut it down. We got a serial pooper at the Peak and Peak Resort. Shut down the hot tub. Next thing you know, it's in the pool. Everyone's swimming to the side. I'm in the middle. Gotta get to the side.
That's amazing.
get out of the pool. Everyone's, oh man, they at that point we're like, all right, we're out of here. We get out, a little place called the French Creek Tavern, hole in the wall. And when I say hole in the wall, Rob, I mean, we are talking, this place is in the middle of nowhere anyway. And this is like their main bar and restaurant. Okay. So we go there and it is like a shed, but it's cool in there. They got games going on. The food looks good. So like, we'll get a bunch of wings and pizza, bring it back to the condo. Well, we order it all. We also ran out of vodka, Went through a lot of vodka for the wedding weekend. No liquor store within like 45 minutes. They have a liquor store out back of their restaurant. It's a little shed called the liquor store. The bartender has to make sure everyone's good in the bar, walk out back with you, get you in the shed, and you can buy a bottle of vodka out of the shed.
For real?
For real. So So we get our vodka, we get the pizza and wings, we head back to the condo, and then I was in it. I was back in it. I said, it's game day. Everyone get some food in you, get a drink in you. We got 2 hours. Everybody better buck up. Let's go. So wedding weekend, we're ending it right. The whiteout looked awesome. The rivalry uniforms look kind of cool. Night goes, we just couldn't get into it. Just couldn't get into it, Rob. And as you saw, the turnovers were tough, and everyone stayed up later than they should have to watch 3 turnovers in our first loss of the year.
Yeah.
And it really was a damper. But I can't even let it affect the perfect weekend we did have. Again, shout out to Kai and Paige. I love you both.
Sure.
The best newly. They were great. They were beautiful.
Did you stick the landing?
I think I did. I mean, I'm not. I can't. I am my judge of my own speech. I think it went well, but if you ask anybody at the wedding, I think they'd echo it, and we'll see. Good. But ask Kai and Paige for sure. Yeah. So fast forward to this week, we're at another wedding all together. We drove to Richmond, near Richmond. We're up in the mountains of Virginia, and I'm solo doing the pod, and everyone's at their hers. I said I got to stay back. I got obligations. We got Nickel City crew tonight, so I'm kicking it with the locals. Doing Nickel City, but last weekend, beautiful weekend. Kai and Paige, great wedding. Sucks the Bills lost. That's the tailgate report.
That is good, man. That is a very good Nickel City Crew tailgate report, again presented by Queen City Vintage. Very good. I'm happy everything went well. I'm sorry about the shit in the pool and and you know what I mean. But listen, I mean it's stories, and those are stories you'll never forget. Now, you know what I mean.
Of course, it was so funny. Everyone had loved it. Yeah, everyone was cracking up for days. Awesome, now man. We're still laughing 4 days later. So.
Well, listen. Everybody out there, enjoy the game this week. Listen, I've been fighting with a couple of you. I love Whittle. We had him on the show when DT was gone. That's my guy. I am never going to apologize for acknowledging that this is not the drought Bills anymore. Somebody on Twitter hit me today and tell everybody, all caps, everybody shut the hell up. It's only one loss. This is that, move on. This is that, and I was like, what's wrong with you people? And I just calmly responded. I didn't use all caps, and I just said, this is that. You would think that none of you guys went through the drought. And I was like, respectfully, it's not the drought anymore. Like, we don't have to think like that anymore. Like, we have a great team. We expect them to be great. And when they're not great, we're going to critique them and try to figure out why, because we all want a parade. That's what we all want, is a parade. But it's okay to critique your team. This is not the drought Bills anymore, Bills Mafia. So out there, if you were a little bit upset after the New England game, that's okay. If you might have said something that you didn't mean, that's also okay. But it's never a bad thing to be critical of your team, and you're not a bad fan. A fan that is optimistic 100% of the time is not a better fan than me or DT or anybody else out there just because we might be critical of the team. I expect greatness from my team because they have shown me that they're capable of it. That's where it stops for me. Do I expect them to go 17-0? Of course not. We already did the prediction show. Nobody thinks they're going to win every game. That would be stupid. But I do think that we have enough talent to win the Lombardi. I just want to get there and let the chips fall. If I critique my team, relax. You don't want to critique them, don't. But don't come at me and tell me what I'm supposed to do with my fandom. Leave me alone, because you will get, again, I got the stamina Twitter. I can fight y'all motherfuckers all day long if I choose to. So just everybody relax. Yeah. It's okay. You fan how you want to fan. I'll fan like I want to fan. And I will critique them when they play shitty, because I know that they can play great. That's the only reason. That's it.
3 turnovers and 11 penalties. You better be critiquing them, and that's what I say. And I'm devil's advocate in this. I'm devil's advocate in this and whatnot. But yeah, 3 turnovers and 11 penalties. That's not acceptable. And if anybody says it's acceptable inside the building of the Buffalo Bills, that's a problem. So do what you want as a fan, but it's not acceptable. I agree.
Listen, out there, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the weather. I think that the weather's starting to get a little bit cooler up there in Western New York, where DT's getting them back to. But listen, enjoy the games this Sunday. Kick back. You can relax, maybe do some chores. If the wife or girlfriend wants you to do some stuff, you don't have any excuse on Sunday. Get your stuff done on Sunday. Everybody buckle in. 7:15 Monday Night Football. I think it's one of those weird doubleheaders again. Obviously, Bills Mafia will be just locked in on the game. Listen, out there, spread love, not hate. These were my Bills thoughts said out loud. Hit them with a go Bills, DT. Let's get back on track. Hit them with a go Bills. You said belt to ass. I like that.
Go Bills. Go Bills. Belt to ass. Go Bills. Belt to ass. 5-1.
5-1. I like it. Go Bills.